First at 4, summer-like warmth leads to severe thunderstorms. We still have warnings we're tracking and the cool down to come. All next. Karen?
First at 4, 2 men charged in the alleged plot against Governor Whitmer face a judge. We'll have the latest from their bond hearing. And President Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden face off for the last time before Election Day. What the candidates are saying after the debate. Hey, Paula.
The lines are getting longer. The need is getting greater as families scramble for food and services. I'm working on a story on one community that has figured out a way to pretty much expand the services.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, the local forecasters are tracking severe weather making its way through Metro Detroit. Let's get over to Ben Bailey. So Ben, how long are these storms going to last?
Well, we still got at least an hour plus here, Karen, and some of these storms are actually getting stronger after showing signs of weakening. Here's Storm Tracker 4, and you can see that orange box that just popped up. That's for most of Wayne, Monroe, and a sliver of Washtenaw County, and that's in effect until 5:15 tonight. Again, damaging winds is going to be the biggest threat with these storms as they're moving off to the east at about 35 to 40 miles per hour. Still have that warning in effect till 4:30 for most of Lenawee County, I should say. That's the second line of storms that's gone through there. And the warning that was in effect in Sanilac County until 4 o'clock expired at the top of the hour. Still some pretty active storms there, but they are below severe limits. So we're not going to be out of the woods until this line clears the area. Technically, the watch is in effect, which means storms are possible. That's in effect until 9 o'clock. You can see that two of those counties not under the watch there, Livingston and Genesee counties. Everybody else is under it till 9. And otherwise, it's a big cool down behind that watch. We're looking at temperatures in the 40s by midnight, 30s by tomorrow morning. We'll talk more about the cool down for the weekend and, of course, continue to track these storms in a few minutes. Karen?
All right. Thank you, Ben. A judge lowers the bond for one of the men charged in the plot against Governor Whitmer. The judge lowered Pete Musico's bond from $10 million to $100,000. His lawyer argued Musico's bond should be lowered because he pushed back against plans to storm the Capitol and harm public officials. Musico faces several charges, including threat of terrorism. He's now expected to make bond and be released from jail. If he does, he'll have to wear a GPS tether. One man is in the hospital after a shooting over in Lincoln Park. This happened at a home on Moran in Lincoln Park around 8:30 this morning. Police spent a good part of the morning collecting evidence at the scene. Witnesses say 2 people got into a fight right in the middle of the street.
They were punching and fist fighting. I couldn't make out what they were saying, but they threw one of them on the road, and so I was right about at that corner, and I could tell it was getting bad, so I turned around and there was cars stopped here. So I'm assuming they called the cops right there, but I literally turned around at that corner and I heard the gunshots.
Police arrested one person at the scene. The victim was taken to the hospital with what appears to be non-life-threatening injuries. Investigation is ongoing. A father is sentenced after leading police on a chase with a baby in the car. A judge sentenced 26-year-old Brandon Walker of Detroit to 1 year in jail, 3 years of probation. Walker pleaded guilty to child abuse. That chase happened back in April when Walker took his daughter from his girlfriend and drove away before stopping to drop the baby off. Walker was also charged with kidnapping. That charge was dropped as part of a sentencing agreement. Now, to the coronavirus here in Michigan, the latest numbers continue to show a steady climb in new cases. The state announcing 1,826 new cases of the virus, with 18 lives lost in the last 24 hours. There's a total of over 154,000 cases across the state, with the death toll sitting at over 7,000. On Thursday, the 7-day moving average for daily cases was 2,682. That is the highest it has ever been. In Decision 2020, it is the day after the last presidential debate. President Donald Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden made a final push Thursday night to win over those who haven't decided who they're voting for. Kimberly Gill in the newsroom. And Kim, it was a less contentious debate than the first, with both covering really more ground.
It really was, Karen, and good afternoon to you. The debate in Nashville, Tennessee took on a much more civil tone than the first one. With less than 2 weeks to go before election, the presidential candidates had one final face-off. Under the new rules, Joe Biden and President Trump were given 2 minutes of uninterrupted time at the beginning of each 15-minute segment. The debate focused on the coronavirus pandemic as cases spike across the country. They also spired on topics such as health care, foreign interferences in the elections, and immigration. Both candidates say they felt good about the debate this time around.
I felt good about it, and I thought the moderator did a great job of making it run smoothly, and so it was much more rational debate.
Certain groups of very aggressive people that loved the first debate, but I think this was better. This is obviously a more popular way of doing it, and no, I think, I wanted to play by the rules.
Well, with the debate in the rearview mirror here, both candidates are back on the campaign trail. The president is in Florida for 2 rallies there. Joe Biden is in his hometown of Wilmington, Delaware for a campaign event there. Here at home, Grosse Pointe native and Grammy Award-winning singer Lizzo is stumping for the Biden campaign today in Detroit and Harper Woods. Senator Kamala Harris will be in Detroit Sunday. Ivanka Trump, Donald Trump Jr., and Vice President Mike Pence all made stops this week. So it's a lot we're following, and we'll have more coming up on the news at 5. Until then, Karen, we'll send it back to you.
Always appreciate it. Thank you, Kim. An orange barrel alert for you for drivers in Oakland County. We've got road work that is going to close part of 14 Mile. That starts tonight. 14 Mile under I-75 will be closed tonight at 9. The I-75 ramps to and from 14 Mile will also be closed. MDOT is putting in a new diverging diamond interchange there. Work is expected to finish Sunday night. While families continue to try to figure out a way forward during COVID-19, a program over in Macomb County is working to expand food banks to meet the needs. As Paula Tutman reports, when it comes to feeding more and more hungry families, it's not about just the food. It's also about everything that's needed to get the food where it needs to go safely.
I continue to be amazed at this well-choreographed dance going on in Macomb County, where various agencies that provide services to people have lost volunteers. And so county workers are actually backfilling those positions. They're getting a lot of work done, but the work is getting harder. The need continues to grow. People who've never needed food or food services before continue to go to food banks looking for help. And Macomb County continues to look for ways to meet those needs of a growing number of people.
Other than providing people shelter and housing, food is right there alongside to the most urgent need. And we've seen food increase hundreds of % this year.
Macomb Community Action is now pooling federal grant money, private donations, and funds from almost anywhere they can find them to support food pantries.
Typically each year we distribute about 2.2 million pounds and serve about 177,000 individuals throughout Macomb County. With COVID, we've already seen an increase in over 1 million pounds distributed.
And for those who can't get to food pantries, places like Mobile Mission, which launched 2 years ago by Anthony and Superior Trailer. They had no idea they would become an essential cog in the machinery of feeding people by filling in the gaps. And now they are feeding more than 500 families a month.
We would not be able to have the expansion that we needed to be able to service the amount of people that we currently serve during COVID-19.
And standing on the shoulders of Macomb has been tremendous for us.
They also do home deliveries for people who are quarantined with COVID and can't get out for food or supplies themselves.
So we're able to deliver the boxes that Macomb County provide us, so we're able to bring them to them and drop them off on their front porch.
No entity can do this alone, and so Macomb Community Action is not only finding food, but finding equipment to outfit more than 70 food pantries to assist them in their expansions, exponentially increasing the sheer resources to feed.
Getting the freezers and the refrigeration systems, getting them in there, we're able to hold food within a 24-hour period. If our volunteers aren't there for that first day, then that next morning we're getting it out and it's still fresh and moving.
More than 72 food pantries across Macomb County are being serviced, and the Macomb Food Program is now providing more than 800,000 emergency food distributions each year, and that number is going up. Paula Tutman, Local 4.
Still to come, she's 109 years old, and she is making sure her voice will be heard in this year's election. We'll tell you the message she has for other voters. Plus, a wildfire continues to burn out of control in Colorado. Why a change in weather won't help the fight against it. But first, tense moments in Texas as sheriff's deputies try to save a newborn baby that stopped breathing.
The treasure that they're digging is better than gold. Monday morning at 6:30. Find out where this is and why it's making history. Watch Local 4 News today.